Welcome back. So the last video I put up was my slow TV ride all the way back to my starter base from the frontier. We're back at the frontier now. I loaded up a train with a whole load of useful stuff and railed it out here. It was all the stuff I thought I would need to get a base going. So fabs, some logic things, inserters, basic drone equipment. I didn't bother loading up any belts at all because I'm not planning to do any belt work out here. And of course I managed to not bring quite enough pipes to do anything. The plan really now is to get a little bootstrap base set up, able to make blue circuits, batteries, my own drones, just that I am self-sufficient. So I've started throwing down some really minimal and not really at all ratioed out setups. If we look at the map, there were 3 patches of oil close to where we landed. One here, and one here. So what I've decided to do is, as this was not next to any coal, this is my sulfuric acid place. So that's where I'll be doing sulfuric acid, batteries, and probably blue circuits on site. This is where I'm probably going to make solid fuel and rocket fuel for now. And then this site here, which I've developed a bit more, is the plastic site. I'll just give you a quick tour around, and then this iron patch, copper patch, and stone patch were dead close together, which were kind of a gift for setting up a shop. I've been playing with a car for the first time, which is good fun, except I keep crashing into things. But it's quite nice that you can throw out the poison pills while in the car and remain safe. Anyway, here's my first site. So there's some oil pumps over here. I've gone for quite a simple setup where it just goes from one side of the screen to the other. So we pump the oil. Let's hop out the car so we can see what's going on. Okay, so this is quite a high volume site for a small number of pumps. So I've actually run them in with 2 pipes onto the backbone here. So we've got our crude. I've piped in a dedicated line of water because I'm not quite sure how long this stack will eventually get. Then that comes out to its light, heavy, and petroleum. I pipe in another dedicated line of water, which goes into cracking. And then I've done the usual thing here. So I take off a priority line of heavy oil to turn into lube. And then with a bit of circuitry, turn on heavy to light cracking if and only if the lube is full. And you'll probably notice I've missed a pipe there, so that probably wasn't working too well. Right, and then I've got a pump here just to really belt and braces, make sure that the flow definitely goes back in. It's more for me to document than for it to happen. So this little site now cracks everything into petroleum. I've cross-linked the petroleum from the cracking to the petroleum from here. As this grows longer, I'll probably take in a second line to the other end of this as well. So then the petroleum gets turned into sulfur, the sulfur into sulfuric acid, and then the sulfuric acid into batteries and later blue circuits. This site's incomplete because the eagle-eyed among you will notice that to get both the battery and the sulfur we need some plates. There's nowhere nearby to be able to mine those plates, so they're going to have to be railed in. Okay, so that's this site. It's set up and I just need to create the train station now. I really can't drive. Okay, let's let that catch up. So let's head back here. So that's our train with all the stuff set up. And if we go around this way, I've done a bit of killing of trees with poison capsules. They seem to be the easiest way to get rid of the things. So this site I have just wired up with pumps and pipes. I haven't yet refined anything here. I brought half a train full of rocket fuel coming down, and that's more than enough to keep my little train network going for a while. So I'll wire that up after I've got blue circuits going probably. So there's this little site here. You can see it's just about consuming 4 pumps worth of output at the moment. So that's all being refined, cracked. I take off the line of lube as before, and again I've made the same comedy error with the mist pipe. I actually copied this over on Blueprint, so that will be why. Oh no, I did have a pipe there, good. Oh, it's that one that's missing. Let's try again. No. What am I doing? This is all absolutely fine. I don't know why I'm trying to fix something that isn't broken. Okay, so that's fine. Then so everything's turned into petroleum at this point. So that gets fed into plastic. This happened to be right by some coal, so I'm just mining the coal directly into here. Then I've got a station set up to take out the plastic, the coal, the lube, and I've set up a little admin train station here. So this delivers rocket fuel and logistics bots. This is for later on in the game, but I thought I'd set up some space in here to be able to do it. So the idea is there'll be some little admin single carriage trains zipping around the network later, and they will supply fuel and logistics bots. Probably construction bots as well. Okay, so that's this site. On the train station for the other 2 refineries here, I will also have lube. I've just had too many situations where you build things and then you just run out of lube. So I'm trying to run off a tank or a train worth of lube for each refinery setup. Okay, so if we come around here, this is a really quite embarrassingly short railroad. It's well, I may as well have belted things in, to be honest, or just pulled them in with a logistics train of drones. But I thought, start off how you mean to go on. So we've got this mini 4-carriage station, drops off our coal and our plastic, and then this is the minimalist shop. So we're doing on-site smelting. At the moment, 6 copper miners and 6 iron miners are keeping everything going. We're smelting into iron plates, copper plates. There's some steel here just in case. Then the iron and copper become green circuits. Together with the plastic, we make some red circuits. That's enough to be able to make tier 3 fabs, because we need the circuits to make the tier 1 speed modules. And it's all pretty self-contained, so I'll probably add on builds for all the things you need day to day here. Like later on there'll be beacons and drone ports and all that stuff. Drones themselves I'm going to make in a dedicated area because I've got that plan to have the drone delivery station. I'd rather have a dedicated drone making site where a pickup train can go to. It's quite a short list of materials to make drones. I think you need steel, iron, circuits, not much else. So that will be fairly straightforward. And you can see we're making some stone bricks. It's just keeping 1 or 2 of these miners going. The stone bricks will be needed for when I'm making electric furnaces. So let's just get back into the car and you can watch me crash into more stuff. Here we go. I should have put in some extra legs, but I've filled up pretty much everything in my exoskeleton with drone ports because I want to be able to do whole screen builds. So if we go back up here, I'm going to have to run a train line up here at some point to ship copper plates into this refinery for making batteries and other fun stuff. Right. So if we go back here, you may have noticed that I've left quite wide gaps everywhere between these stacks. That was on purpose. The reason I've done this is I'm thinking ahead to when this is a beacon build. So these are all exactly one beacon apart. And this means that as and when I get beacons and modules here, everything should be speed upable just by dropping in rows of beacons. With these pipe buses, you can't share the beacons, but to be honest, I don't care. Thanks for watching this little tour. Hopefully there'll be some progress on this over the next few days. I think the next thing I'll be working on is the train station to supply this area and to pick up the products. Cool, well, see you around. Hopefully you will watch my next video. Bye.